Hello everyone, welcome to Inside Gaming Daily for Friday.
Friday, it's the weekend! That means we get a yes!
Made a lot of Modern Warfare fans very happy yesterday when they announced that, contrary to rumors, there will be no loot boxes in the upcoming Modern Warfare.
We hate those loot boxes, huh?
We did it, boys. We did it.
What do we hate? We hate loot boxes.
We hate them.
We hate, I guess,
Politics and games.
Last of Us 2.
Blah.
We have to hate now, right?
Wait, what? We do?
Well, lesbians.
So yeah, the game releases next Friday, but there have been a lot of speculations that it would become yet another pay-to-win mess like we've seen with Black Ops 4. That's a little strong, but they did add loot boxes at some point, made everyone mad.
Yeah, but Activision tried to kill that controversy with a blog post about the upcoming game's economy.
Yes.
That's where we're at now.
Nothing slays controversy like a blog post.
The news is about in-game economies.
We're going with John Maynard Keynes instead of Adam Smith. Boom, economist joke.
Jesus Christ, damn. He's making jokes for the over 40 crowd. Don't you guys hate it when your 401k, I don't even know anything about a 401k, so I can't finish that.
I don't know how to joke with you people, Brian.
I'm sorry that I'm going to be able to retire one day.
We're gonna make sure that doesn't happen.
F you, I'm gonna work forever.
On the blog post, the legendary blog post, that's where they announced they'll be using a battle pass system instead of the dreaded loot boxes. In the new Modern Warfare, you'll be able to unlock all the functional content that has an impact on game balance, like base weapons and attachments, by playing the game as God intended. Patrick loves it.
God, it's so fucking stupid that that's news, that everything in the game will be given to you for free after you purchase the $60 game.
And a battle pass.
I'm 100% sure there's a $120 version of too.
It's gotta be, yeah. One with like night vision goggles and
Yeah.
a real functioning gun.
Meanwhile, the battle pass system will let players earn Call of Duty points by playing the game, and they'll be able to see the content that they are earning or buying.
What a brave new world we've entered.
Yeah, incredible. As for the battle pass, Activision said there will be 2 streams of content in it, a free one and a premium one.
Activision then added that the battle pass and the in-game store items will be.
Sorry, my scripts are not meant to be read aloud.
Yeah, I know. Activision added that the battle pass and the in-game store items will be cosmetic only, that in their words does not impact game balance. So everyone worrying about pay to win, apparently that's not an issue, it's just grind to win, which is apparently the safe way to do it. So now people with jobs like Brian can go home and get their asses kicked by 9-year-olds who have nothing to do but play the game all day.
Yeah, also the battle pass won't launch alongside the game next Friday. Activision said that's because they're focused on making the day one experience awesome. The battle pass is expected to roll out later this year.
That may mean that it wasn't ready yet, and they had to switch it real fast.
Almost certainly.
So yeah, it all seems very similar to what games like Fortnite have been doing for a while now. Of course, Fortnite is free to start, and Modern Warfare is $60, 60 US, full priced in your region. Brian, the internet received this news rather warmly, right? Despite our poo-pooing.
Very warmly, especially because this wasn't just a random comment from one developer. This was a full blog post from the corporate masters themselves.
Blog post.
They've come down from the mountain.
Battle pass, you say? Spread it in the streets.
So it has to be
A messenger
true.
crosses the horizon. He carries news of the battle pass.
Tell me, friend.
Sorry, Brian. You'll get to read someday, I promise.
It's okay, I'm enjoying this. So yeah, it has to be true because a corporation would never ever lie to us, so everyone rejoice.
So over on the Modern Warfare subreddit, the most upvoted comment about the situation was from TWOW. Love that guy. He wrote, I like this route more. It's a little odd since it's not free to play, but it's a nice compromise. I'd much rather throw $10 at the game every few months than take my chances with random boxes.
Yeah, another user, Lightning Blez, praised Activision too, but added, I'm not sure how I feel about a possibly $10 premium battle pass in an already $60 game. Stuff like this works in free-to-plays because they're free and that's their only income. We still have until the end of the year to see if it's bad or not. Fingers crossed.
The idea is you pay $60 for the game when it launches, and then battle pass stuff goes to fund creating maps and more modes that they say are all gonna come for free after the game is launched. That's the idea. So $60 gets you what's in day one, and then everything after that, including multiplayer and the maintenance and the enhancement thereof, comes from ongoing revenue. That's how it's supposed to go, but there's a big caveat we have to mention here. Activision has kind of pulled this before.
Yeah, Brian, tell us about that.
Black Ops 4 didn't have loot boxes either, at least at first, but they later quietly added them with the game's Grand Heist updates, and Activision eventually would put new weapons and other goodies into loot crates. So it was a big deal, and people felt like they just kind of snuck them in under the cover of darkness.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was secretly adding loot boxes to a game a few months after release.
So obviously this royally pissed off the Black Ops 4 fan base. As a result, people are justifiably skeptical that they could eventually creep into Modern Warfare as well, despite the halo around Activision's head at the moment. Gosh, it gives you whiplash. How quickly a company can go from devil to savior to devil again.
For doing barely the right thing.
A blog post!
It's like,
yay! I mean, that's the kind of current state. People feel overly monetized, and they ought to. Corporations are out there trying to siphon every last quarter out of you they can.
yeah, I bought a Sparrow in Destiny for like $8 real, but it had a shark on the side, so I had to have it.
Sick.
But
I want that clown tricycle that,
oh, yeah.
It's called a micro mini.
It's pretty good.
Scoop. Yeah, I'm always asking Patrick if they want to see me do tricks.
He does, and I say no. And then I turn around and face a wall.
They do tricks.
Yeah.
That's you guys have a good relationship.
Yeah, you know.
Still,
Abusive.
overall, people seem to be giving Activision the benefit of the doubt, and it's
Yes.
a big turnaround from just a few weeks ago when people are canceling their pre-orders and threatening to boycott Modern Warfare completely.
Yeah, the whole issue of loot boxes blew up in a controversy last month after a well-known leaker claimed that Supply Drops, Call of Duty's version of loot boxes, won't just contain cosmetics, but weapons too.
That leaker came from the Gaming Revolution, who also seemed to hint that this was a decision by higher-ups, saying, quote, "This is such a disservice to the developers who have worked so hard on the game. Not everyone wants all of this."
But it looks like the Gaming Revolution was wrong this time.
Ouch! Gaming journalism credibility destroyed. No.
Damn.
So there is a possibility, and a strong one, given that the Battle Pass isn't going to be available day one, that when the Gaming Revolution reported that, it was accurate. Talking to some devs and learning about this stuff, you'd be shocked how much changes right up until the week before release. People are usually scrambling, and there's decisions being made, and emails being sent, and people screaming at each other. What is everybody going to be doing in that month?
Yeah.
Going home and seeing their kids?
Yeah, no.
So, either the Gaming Revolution is full of crap, and how dare he, or Activision saw the negative backlash and made an 11th hour decision to ditch loot boxes. Frankly, I think that's a little more believable in this case.
Yeah, it's no secret that games do a majority of their sales during the first month or so, so it could just be that Activision wants to launch with a lot of good PR instead of headlines like Modern Warfare is the next Battlefront 2.
You're doing Kotaku's work for him right now. Yeah, you're right. Activision certainly could use a lot of good press after all the drama surrounding Blizzard at the moment.
Yeah.
It seems like they're trying to explore a new revenue model going forward, considering that loot boxes are under increasing scrutiny from governments around the world.
With some countries outright banning them and equating them to gambling, which in some cases they are, and other countries like the US taking a closer look at the practice, it's possible that loot boxes' days are numbered. And Activision's not stupid, they can see the writing on the wall, so this could be a case of them using one of their biggest franchises to experiment with a new model to see if it catches on.
And if it catches on, they can just pivot to a battle pass and keep raking in the money while not having to worry about paying any fines or seeing their entire business model get blown up overnight. So yeah, they're not the only ones either, are they, Brian? This has kind of been a wave in a lot of games.
Destiny 2 added something similar to a battle pass as well. They call it a season pass. It's $10 a season. Basically, you get better rewards if you buy it. You get more legendary weapon drops, additional bounties, and challenges. So it's just like sweetening the pot. It seems like everything else, they want to get you on a regular subscription plan.
As opposed to making a bunch of money off whales, which is the loot box model.
We're big fans of clown math here at Inside Gaming. We actually tried to look up revenue numbers for similar products. It was really hard actually to find two similar games, one of which had loot boxes and one of which had a season pass, and really compare the revenue numbers, because I mean, we don't get a lot of straight revenue for a lot of games anyway. So it would have been really nice, I think, to compare the steady, slow revenue, the like $10 for everyone model, versus the no money from most and $20,000 from some Saudi oil baron who really likes Overwatch skins. I have to assume that if companies are moving towards season passes, there's a reason, and the reason is always money. We've seen Rocket League move to a battle pass model, and so has PUBG. Meanwhile, getting back to Modern Warfare, Activision is clearly trying to come across as fan-friendly as possible, which has been difficult for them.
We're on your side. Buy our game. Get the battle pass too, you know. While you're here, it's actually the best deal possible.
I will. They're like blocking the door. Want a battle pass?
It just flew into my face.
So yeah, they also talked in the blog about how they want to break down walls and bring the community together. That means crossplay for the first time, which is a nice move and a big plus if you're buying the game for all the multiplayer modes.
Activision also said that they deliver free post-launch multiplayer maps and modes to everyone, and they said they'll release maps and modes at the same time on all platforms.
Except, they're not angels, are they, Brian?
They are not. They didn't mention the one exception here, Spec Ops Survival Mode, that will be available to PlayStation 4 players only for the first year. I can't believe it. Sweet Activision already went back on their word.
No, how?
They gave you the flu shot, now they're giving you the cookie. Nike.
We'll see if all this newfound goodwill translates into sales.
Obviously, Call of Duty is one of the biggest franchises in gaming. Call of Duty World War II sold less than 20 million in 2017. Last year's Black Ops 4 sold 14.3 million, and 2016's Infinite Warfare sold 13.6 million.
Those are big numbers, but it's not what the franchise has been. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 sold more than 30 million copies in 2011. Yeah, that's when it was kind of a phenom. The problem is when you have a series like that, your investors every year are like, so what's up with that Call of Duty? We're gonna get another 30 million this year, Bobby Kotick? And he's like, I like to imagine he always has a stuffed rabbit in his pocket, just in case. He just really needs a friend.
Just kind of
Oh, Rabbit, see, we had a rough day today. Lights are off in his office.
sprays like perfume on it.
Now dance for me like your mother used to. So the new Modern Warfare will almost certainly be a bestseller, but for Activision, the big question will be if players accept the Battle Pass or not. Do you accept our Holy Lord and Savior Battle Pass into your soul? And just dump you a vat of money.
Do we have a choice?
You
I mean, you just not buy the game.
Yeah, or not buy the premium Battle Pass, but then you have to suffer the indignity of only seeing one bar fill up after every match.
That's not gonna work.
We need to start a pool about how many bars will fill up after every match. Because there's gonna be your normal Battle Pass, your premium Battle Pass, there's probably gonna be your account level, there's gonna be the experience level for your gun, and then probably a mystery fifth meter that just goes blah, 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 blah.
That's for freedom.
Oh, for the freedom
How
meter.
free you are. Yeah.
But what if you play the terrorists? Does the freedom meter go down? Liberating the world from the tyranny of Western capitalism.
Exactly.
Oof. I wonder if that's gonna get us demonetized. Let's find out.
Stay tuned.
Market, and this was back 10 years ago in 2009.
Before money had any meaning. Did we have iPhones back then? So long ago.
It was like an iPhone 4 that was garbage. Here's a baby bumper for your baby phone, you dumb baby. Steve Jobs said as he got cancer.
Yeah. Anyway, there's no telling how much the latest Modern Warfare is costing Activision, but if Modern Warfare gets a paid